Yo, what is up, guys? I'm bringing you a brand new video, and welcome to week 2 of my Road to 700 Gear Score series, where I try to get 700 Gear Score in under 110 days on the EU server. In last week's video, we managed to make it up to 274 AP with 322 DP, and despite the Christmas season and only getting to play 4 days this last week, I ended up making it up to 281 AP with 322 DP. The primary gains that I made was the Tet Cloud accessory. I got a Kaposia ring for hitting level 62. I got a Vel's Heart as well as some Caphras in my Offen. I'm hoping to make more progress this next upcoming week because I can play a bit more, but I will take you through this week and everything we did, and starting off with a little bit of Sycraia. Now, Sycraia seems to be one of the best spots that I can be at my particular gear score. I'm making around 650 million silver per hour, and that can go up to about 700 if I manage to get lucky enough with Tungrad rings and stuff like that. But so far, I'm averaging about 2 Tungrad rings / red shard type situation per hour. So it's doing pretty well for me, and I'm making quite a good amount of money. In fact, because of the 500% XP bonus that was going on all throughout this week, I managed to also level up to 62. So hitting level 62 is nice because I did get that AP upgrade, which brought me closer to getting some new brackets. At this point, I'm still 274 AP, but I'm still ending up making, very good money for my gear score, especially since my DP is not very high. It doesn't allow me to go to a lot of other places. Even though I would really like to do stuff like the Ataraxian dungeon, as well as go to Gyfin, I didn't really feel like I was geared enough to do anything like that, so Sycraia for right now is kind of the main vibe of the challenge for me. I was also making sure that I did my Jatina quest every single day. Jatina quest is super important because it's going to get me a pen crescent ring, which is going to help with my grind a lot, and it's eventually going to be turned into a pen narc for my PvP setup by the end of this challenge. So I continue to do my Jatina grind, and I also continue to just grind Sycraia in general. It's going to be a lot of Sycraia, especially this week and then this next upcoming week. I plan to do a ton of Sycraia to make a ton of money, but eventually I'm going to be moving spots and doing some more of the duo spots that potentially could end up being even more money than this. But I do want to do a bit of exploration in different spots. But yeah, without that DP, it kind of feels like I need to be here. So all in all, I've been really enjoying the series so far. Like, I'm getting a ton of red shards. I'm getting a ton of Tungrad rings. Everything is going pretty damn smoothly, considering that I'm just barely 600 gear score, making 650 mil an hour. It kind of does feel surreal. So it feels pretty good. And it also doubles up too, because I am grinding a spot that gives Caphras stones, so I am able to level up my Offen. I do have it up to C8 right now. And also I realized that I had a Kaposia ring available to go for a Tet attempt. That would bring me from 276 at this point up to 277. So I decided, you know what, let's do a little bit of RNG here, see if we get lucky. And unfortunately, we did not. Downgrading didn't really matter though. All we lost was 1 accuracy, so it didn't really lose our AP or anything like that. So not a big deal. I think that it was worth the risk, and basically just went back and hit up the grind. Of course, making sure to always do the Jatina daily. And at this point, I believe I'm like 2 days away from getting my Jatina up to Tet, which is going to be a really nice gain. But I also made sure to hit up the Node War shop. I got a little bit lucky. I ended up getting a Kobolina, or a special evasion, I believe that was. And I also ended up selling all the rings that I had been accumulating thus far. I had 26 of them, which is pretty damn good considering I did only play 4 days this week due to Christmas. But as those were selling, I pretty much just went back and I hit up some more of the grind. Of course, more Jatina daily. You're going to notice these Jatina dailies back to back because I did make sure on the days that I didn't play that I was at least doing 1 hour per day to do my Jatina. I also went around and I grabbed some gold bar boxes from the attendance reward that I've gotten because I was scrounging together some money to make the first big purchase of the week, and that was a Vel's Concentrated. I managed to get a Vel's Concentrated for 12.9 billion silver. So it was a huge, huge purchase, the most expensive thing that we've bought so far. And that was kind of a nice upgrade. Like, right now, we are kind of behind schedule on the series because of the Christmas season. but we are buying the most expensive things, which is AP upgrades. So I presume that in the future, the DP upgrade should be piling on quite quickly and our gear score will rise quite a bit faster. The reason that you go for more AP first is because more AP means more money. The faster that you can grind, the faster that you can earn money, which means the faster that you make gains. So with every AP upgrade that I get, as long as I don't need DP to grind where I'm grinding, and obviously, you know, I am grinding in Sycraia, so I don't need a lot of DP. I also bought the loyalty loot scrolls because you got to make sure to preserve those. But as long as you don't need DP, there's really no reason to worry about building it. I'm going to die in one shot in PvP anyway, so why not just get a whole bunch of AP? I also got an attendance reward memory fragment bundle, opened that up for a little bit of extra money. This is where I got the 7th day cloud accessory required to upgrade the ring. So this is where I got an additional AP. And this is where I hit 280 AP Kudum for the very first time in this series. My final endgame build is going to end up being 289 AP after all is said and done. So we're actually getting pretty close to being we're getting pretty close to being done with the AP gains, and we can focus really hard on the DP. And we even ended up getting a Sycraia song. In fact, we ended up getting 3 Sycraia songs in the time that we grinded down here, which is probably around 30-something hours at this point, so it really wasn't a crazy amount. In total this week, I started the week at 15 days and 4 hours on my particular character that I'm playing on, and I ended the week at 16 days and 16 hours. So in total, I played roughly 30-something hours, which is pretty good considering I only played 4 days. I did put in a little bit of extra time because of the time that I missed, but I also went ahead and I did a few rifts, and the rifts didn't really end up boding super well for me here. I kind of felt like I wasted my time, but at the end of the day, rifts are not too bad because you do get Dark Spirit Greeds, and 10 of those turns into a loot scroll. And because of the time frame of this series, I kind of need to do everything that I can in order to maintain a certain level of loot scrolls. But after we were done our rifts, we basically went ahead and continued to hit up the grind and got some more red shards, got some more Tungrad rings, and you know, feeling that Vel damage felt pretty good. We ended up getting a new bracket with the Vel, and that was pretty noticeable. At this point, I am over clearing main rotation, and I did have to start doing a little bit of side rotation, so progress is being made. I'm making up to 6.2k trash per hour. When I first started, I was getting 5.2k, so I have increased my speed by quite a bit of time, and I also am, you know, still accumulating Kaffir stones. I also went and turned in the little butterfly event things that were going on for Wusa, and there's actually a lot of really, really solid extra bit of money going on just purely from events. So I ended up getting the Agris coins, and I ended up getting the enhancement help kit because that's really the only monetary thing that I could turn it in for. And then I turned in the rest of these things just for the random odds and ends, and I ended up getting a 100 mil gold bar, which is pretty nice. I got a Supreme Scroll. The reason that I wanted the Agris coins and why I took those is I do plan to go over to Orcs and use all those Agris coins there as soon as my DP is a little bit higher. I could probably do that grind spot now, but I felt like I should wait a bit. It was Node War day at this point, and I ended up grabbing some more stuff from the Node War shop. And nothing too spectacular out of the box, but I do get my loot scroll every day, as well as 50 Kaffir stones for only 50 mil, which is really good. And pretty much back into the old water dungeon and get some more drops. And I also ended up getting a Red Christmas bundle. They don't drop very often in Sycraia, these Red Christmas bundles, compared to Blood Wolves and other spots that you're getting a lot of kills. But I did end up getting an Agris coin out of it, so that was pretty nice. Because Agris coin, I project I should be able to make like over 1 billion silver per hour at Orcs with blue and Agris coin. And here's craziness. I ended up getting a shimmering piece of the Old Moon, which is an insanely rare drop. I think I've only ever gotten that twice on my NA account, let alone getting a pure AP Blackstone on this EU account and a shimmering piece of Old Moon. I ultimately let the pure AP Blackstone expire because it felt like it might have been a little bit of cheating. But that Shimmering Piece of Old Moon's kind of crazy. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but, you know, it's kind of nuts that it dropped in the first place because those things are pretty darn rare. So we continued our grind a bit, got some more red shards, and then, of course, it was the next day, so we ended up getting some more Node Workshop stuff and getting those Kaffir Stones, getting the item collection increase scroll. Feels good, man. I think that I'll actually have enough to complete this series. Ended up getting a Bon special evasion crystal, so that was a little bit of extra money, as well as the 50 Kaffir Stones. And that 50 Kaffir Stones was a huge milestone representation for me, because that was enough Kaffirs to get C9 on the Offen. And with C9 Offen, that put us up to our final ending point for this week, which was 281 AP with 322 DP. But I did end up getting that yesterday, as of the time of this recording, which is not the end of the week. I usually go from Wednesday to Wednesday. So we went ahead and we're trying out a little bit more Sycraia with that 281 AP, collecting red shards left and right, 650 mil an hour, feels pretty good. Got another Cicrid song. I'm probably going to end up making Krogdalo C gear at this point because I hope to get 5 by the time I'm done with, you know, Sycraia Underwater Ruins. Seems pretty reasonable to expect that I will, considering first week I got 3. And then I also wanted to show you guys a quick little tip of how I get to Sycraia. I did buy a cog for 1,000 loyalty, and that thing there is really, really good because you don't need a sailing level to travel fast on it. You can use breezy sail without having skilled sailing. So I buy those for 1,000 loyalty, and that's how I kind of get to and from this place. So that's something that could be useful in Fugard Journal as well. I also collected my daily, of course, for Jatina to make sure that I'm progressing towards the accessory. And then from there, we did the Barrier of Infestation week 4. We are officially 1 week away from completing the Barrier of Infestation, which is going to give us 1 additional AP. So that's going to be really nice, and that will signify all of our journals done at that point, and we'll have full AP and full DP. This Barrier of Infestation is so easy now. Like, with the amount of AP that I have, I had tons of time to spare. It didn't even take me 3 minutes to complete. I killed Zarka, and I was able to turn it in and get some pretty nice dust. I ended up getting 250 dust just for completing the quest, so that was an unexpected little bit of spur of Kaffirs that I wasn't expecting. And then after that, we ended up heading on over to Forest Ronaros, where I was doing the weekly quest for the Ron's Tintinwillums, and I ended up getting 5 item collection increase scrolls from a red gift box, so that was a pretty damn good feeling. But after that, we basically just went and turned in our daily, our weekly for the pity pieces for runs, and that was pretty much it for this week, guys. It was a lot of Sycraia, a little bit of variety here and there, but it was really just hitting that grind hard and, you know, taking some time to celebrate Christmas with family. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys all next week for another one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe and have yourselves a great rest of your day. Peace.